Hello Gunners, welcome back to another video, and apparently Mikel Merino is closing in on a move to Arsenal, and that is according to a top Arsenal source known as Team News and Ticks, and a couple of Spanish journalists have also come out to say that Mikel Merino has chosen Arsenal and a deal is accelerating. So in today's video I just want to do a little bit of a deep dive onto Mikel Merino, and I've brought the tactics board again from previous videos. It seemed to have gone down well with you guys, so it's here again to just show you the shape we will sort of play with Mikel Merino and what to expect. But before I begin, if you are new here, please smash the subscribe button and smash the like button too. Let's aim for 120 likes. I know you guys have got this, and you smash every single like goal that I have set so far, so thank you very much for that. So let us just deep dive into Mikel Merino. So here we are with the tactics board, and you will see from this already that I've got Mikel Merino sitting deepest out of the midfielders, and this is basically the shape I'm sort of expecting when we're on the ball, definitely in the build-up phases. So if Raya has the ball like here, we can expect Mikel Merino to come here, Gabriel to come there, Calafiori to maybe go in here, Saliba wide, Timber in there as well. And you may be saying, like, where is Ben White? It doesn't matter. It could be Timber, it could be White. The fullback situation for me on the right hand side, I'm happy with either or. I just think that Timber gives you something else on the ball. So I feel like it would fit the system with Merino and Calafiori better if we have Timber at right back. So anyway, I'll get into that a bit later. But if Raya has the ball, he can easily play a ball into Merino. And what I like about this guy here, Merino, he's really good on the half turn. He's not the quickest of players, a bit like Granit Xhaka, but he knows how to utilize his body, turn away from the pressure, or he can play a ball into Gabriel's feet, or he can play a ball into Saliba's feet. He's equally as confident on both feet, and that's what you need sometimes in the midfield, somebody with that composure and technical empathy, and he certainly has that. He can collect the ball in here. Calafiori can come into the mid, or Timber, it doesn't really matter, and he can play into them too. So he gives you that option on the ball, maybe something which Declan Rice didn't really offer. There was times where Declan Rice wasn't really progressive with the ball in build-up situations, and I think it's fair to say that. I'm not saying that Declan Rice is horrible at that job. He can easily replace Merino, and we play Merino higher and Declan Rice be the guy to receive it from Raya. It doesn't matter. Declan Rice is still quality, and I feel like it's underrated in terms of his game, that for some reason people think he can't pass and he can't build up play. He can certainly do that. He helped us to a really, really close second place finish last season. So it doesn't really matter. I just feel like Merino is somebody you would like in this area, because if Merino was to lose the ball, Declan Rice's recovery pace from playing higher up the pitch, he can easily get back and we can settle into a really nice defensive shape. And of course you've got Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Havertz there as well. So I just feel like it gives us so much fluidity with this Merino guy. It doesn't matter. These guys can change all the time, Merino and Rice. It doesn't matter, they got to build that understanding on the pitch. When one of them goes higher, the other has to have the understanding to sit. And one of the perfect things about Merino is he is a duel monster himself. We know how Mikel Arteta absolutely loves duels, and Mikel Merino is really, really good at his duels. He wins pretty much every single duel and has one of the highest, duel success rate out of any midfielder across Europe's top 5 leagues, and that is really, really impressive and nice to see. And something I think most people don't realized about Merino is not only that he's fantastic in the air, won most of his aerial duels, but he is a bit of a hero ball player. And when I say hero ball player, I mean if he was to receive the ball in this sort of area, he does have the understanding, when passes are open. Let's say the play is a bit like this and Merino has the ball, Odegaard onto there. He does love to go for a little bit of a special ball into these sort of areas, and it can be a little bit frustrating, but sometimes you need that from your centre mid, and that's why I feel like he's going to unlock Martinelli 100%, because he doesn't mind playing those risky balls inside the fullback for Martinelli to run onto, or outside of the fullback so Martinelli can go outside and 1v1 against the fullback. He gives you that sort of option, and I just want to prepare you guys for if he does come. He's gonna be really frustrating. He may not always manage to get the pass off, but the times he does, it's really, really effective. And I feel like we missed that in that left centre mid area, especially when Havertz, sort of played in here. He didn't have the confidence to execute passes. You'd sort of see some simple passes he could play through, and you think, come on, play that through. But Havertz isn't specialised in that sort of role. So someone like Merino isn't a stranger to playing those sort of balls there. When we're at the telly shouting for the player, play that forward, Merino will certainly try it. And, you know, it's hit and miss with him. He's got probably one of the lowest, you know, completion in terms of passes across most midfielders in La Liga. He's only around like 78%, which isn't the best, but it's because he's always trying to create. He wants to be a creator, as well as being really, really good in the duels. He's just really the perfect all-rounder in a sense, you know. He's not going to be the sort of player that's going to take you 5 levels up, but he's the sort of player who's going to increase your ceiling and give you sort of elements of our game which we missed last season. Like, for example, if you're playing against City away and you want to play a nice little low block, Timber in there, Martinelli there, Saka there, Havertz there, Ødegaard. You can literally play Merino and Declan Rice. We like to play in this 4-4-2 sort of shape a lot of the time. So if we are in our lovely 4-4-2 block, Merino is really comfortable, you know, sitting next to Rice, covering the space. He's a dual monster. He's probably one of the best midfielders in La Liga, and technically he's also at top level, but physically especially, he knows how to cover the ground and cover the space. Really good on the half turn and confident on the ball, and he also has the understanding, you know, you want to see from a player in a double pivot. If you didn't know, Arsenal of course wanted Zubamendi first from Real Sociedad, but Merino was really the sort of player that stood out to me when I watched Real Sociedad. It would be Zubamendi doing, you know, the lovely stuff, but he was kind of this foil to Zubamendi. Whatever Zubamendi lacked, Merino had in abundance, you know, in terms of his physical duel winning, his aerial presence. Merino had everything to be that perfect foil. And it kind of can be that situation with Declan Rice. I certainly do expect Merino to play those sort of games. You're away to Manchester City at the Etihad. You need that somebody who's comfortable on the ball, but also good in a double pivot, you know, defensive shape. Merino is certainly that sort of guy, especially in our lovely 4-4-2 block. He can definitely, you know, spread the pitch as well if we win the ball back in transition. He just gives you so much, and it is just lovely to see we're linked with this sort of player, and it is getting closer. It's around that 30 million mark apparently, and I'm just a big fan of the deal. We've talked about Arsenal just needing to up the floor, and these sort of players like Merino definitely up the floor. He has everything that we've needed from last season. Somebody who's good on the ball, good at progressing the ball. He isn't afraid to play those sort of balls forward, even if he loses it. He's a dual monster. He's an aerial presence too. He is also what I don't want to forget is he's really good at crashing the box. Let's just move the players up there. Havertz, of course, in the box. Let's say the ball is with Gabriel Martinelli. I know a lot of you will remember his goal against Germany. That's perfect. The perfect embodiment of Mikel Merino. He picks up the ball. Let's say we are cramping our opposition in. Calafiori will be in there with that beautiful triangle there. I can already imagine it of Merino, Calafiori and Martinelli. It's going to really unlock Martinelli, and it's a big season for him. I think he's really going to explode. We talk about buying a winger, but Martinelli can really be unlocked with the sort of signing that Merino is. Let's get these guys a bit higher up the pitch, whether it's Timber or White, it doesn't really matter. But this is what I mean. We're camping the opposition in. We love to play high up the pitch. And here is what I love from Merino. If the ball is in this sort of area, he has the confidence to join and make numbers. And Ødegaard loves to operate across this zone. It gives Rice the opportunity to be here. I absolutely love Rice when we're defending our box. He can pick up the pieces really well. Calafiori can then come in here. Gabriel can spread a bit wider. Timber can play in there. I mean, guys, look at this. This is absolutely incredible. This sort of shape and movement. Martinelli can definitely slip balls in for Merino to do, you know, these underlaps, which he loves to do. Calafiori can also be doing the overlaps. It's just going to be so beautiful. And I'm just so excited about how Merino is going to help us in the attacking and defensive phases. He's a really smart signing, and it gives us the opportunity to maybe next season go and get someone younger with a lot of potential to take us massive levels up. But that's it for now, Gunners. Let me know your thoughts on Mikel Merino. He's a top player in my opinion, and he's going to really help us in the build-up and also the attacking phases. And until next time, peace.